Everything began the day I decided to stop being my own worst enemy. I realized that victory does not start outside. It starts within. True transformation rises when you master your mind, align your vibration, and plant powerful intentions with unwavering confidence. And when that happens, nothing can stop you. I was not born to win. At least that was what the world wanted me to believe. I grew up hearing phrases like "don't dream too big," "life is hard," "not everyone is born to succeed." And the worst part was I believed them. For years, I was a slave to those external voices, repeating those phrases mentally as if they were invisible mantras trapping me in a limited reality. But something inside me, a persistent whisper from the soul, said, "This is not all you can be." It was only when I hit the emotional rock bottom, feeling my energy drained and everything meaningless, that I asked the question that changed everything. The question was, what if I have been vibrating on the wrong frequency all this time? That question was like a switch flipping. I began diving into everything related to mindset, manifestation, positive thinking, neuroscience, energy, spirituality. I discovered that our thoughts are powerful commands sent to the universe, and that the reality I was living was merely a reflection of what I fed inside my mind. That is, when I learned what nobody teaches in school, mind needs training. Mindset is a spiritual muscle. It is not about being optimistic all the time or pretending everything is fine. It is about training your energetic frequency every day. As if tuning a sacred instrument, it is about maintaining vibrational alignment, even when everything around you seems chaotic. And yes, this takes courage. Because the world will call you deluded, it will laugh at your positive affirmations, it will tell you you are dreaming to high, but it is in that moment that you connect with your co-creative power. I remember my first creative visualization ritual. I sat on my bed, closed my eyes, took a deep breath, and pictured myself living the life of my dreams. It was not just seeing with the eyes of the mind, it was feeling with the heart. I felt the anticipated gratitude for everything that had not yet arrived, and in that exact instant I realized the mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. It simply responds to your vibration sense. Then I created a sacred habit every day. Before sleeping and upon waking, I feed my mind with powerful intention. I wake up in gratitude. I sleep imagining during the day. I monitor my thoughts like someone tending a garden. If a weed appears, a thought of fear, doubt, or scarcity, I pluck it immediately, because I understood that the mind is the fertile ground where everything is born. A winning mindset is not about never making mistakes. It is about reinterpreting every obstacle as a step upward. It is about understanding that failure is not the end. It is feedback. It is about keeping your gaze fixed on what you want to attract, not on what you fear will happen. The universe does not respond to your words. The universe responds to your vibration. And that is when everything began to change in my life. Different people began to appear. Previously unimaginable opportunities began to show up. And all because I finally understood mind is the portal, vibration is the password, and the universe is the mirror. After I started practicing this new way of thinking, something curious happened. People began to notice you are different. They said lighter, more confident, happier. And the most incredible thing was that nothing around me had changed, yet my bank account was still in the red. My calendar full of stressful commitments. My challenges were still there, but I was different inside. and that was the proof I needed. A winning mindset is the first sign of manifestation on its way. It was as if the universe said, "You are vibrating right. Keep going. Reality will catch up." And I kept going even on the days when everything felt stuck. I kept going even when doubts tried to sneak back. I kept going because I understood that when you abandon the old mental pattern, the new one still takes a while to settle. It is like leaving a potholed road and beginning to build a new bridge. You need persistence, faith, powerful intention. This was the moment in my journey when I grasped a second secret to maintaining a winning mindset: shielding your mind from negative distractions. You cannot hope to live abundantly while consuming scarcity content every day. You cannot expect to vibrate love while surrounded by energy-draining relationships. The mind is highly programmable, and if you don't feed it with what elevates, it will feed itself with what sinks. So I began an energetic cleanse. I deleted everything that made me feel small. I stepped away with love, but with firmness, from people who pulled me down. I drastically reduced my time on social media and chose to follow only profiles that inspired me, uplifted me, reminded me of my strength. I began replacing music of lamentation with music of expansion. I swapped drama series for personal growth videos. I replaced the habit of complaining with gratitude journaling, and day by day I noticed my mind becoming clearer, my heart lighter, my vibration higher. Own of the habits that helped me greatly at that stage was writing affirmations. Every morning I took my notebook and wrote phrases like, "I am deserving of everything I desire. I am aligned with my desired reality. My energy is magnetic and powerful. I am guided, protected, and prosperous." I repeated these phrases looking into my own eyes in the mirror. Yes, it felt strange at first, but over time those words ceased to be mere phrases and became deep beliefs. And do you know why? Because the mind believes what you repeat with emotion. If you spend the day saying you are tired, broke, with no way out, that is exactly what your reality will reflect. But if you plant seeds of power, every day your mind reprograms, your vibration rises, and you begin to attract experiences matching that new frequency. It is exactly what happened to me. I remember exactly the day the first big manifestation arrived. I was heading home after a meeting where almost everything had gone wrong. Instead of sinking into frustration, I took a deep breath and repeated, "Everything is aligning in my favor, even if I do not yet understand how." And at that very moment, my phone rang. It was an unexpected job proposal, something I would never have imagined. Even better, it was exactly the kind of project I had visualized days earlier during my creative visualization ritual. That day I had certainty. The universe hears your vibration, not your anxiety. When you stand firm, even in uncertainty, when you continue believing even without seeing, that is when the magic happens. And then I understood another secret nobody tells you about maintaining a winning mindset. You must trust the invisible. You must surrender to the flow of life without trying to control every detail, because when you trust, you release, and when you release, energy flows. And when energy flows, reality begins to mold in your favor. It is as if the universe says, "You showed me you trust me, now watch what I will do." Of course, it is not easy to maintain that trust every day. That is why I created small rituals that help me keep my vibration aligned. Intentional mornings, I do not reach for my phone before aligning my energy. First I breathe, give thanks, and write my intentions for the day. Mind reprogramming audios during automatic tasks like washing dishes or walking. I listened to affirmations or spiritually nourishing content connection. Pauses midday, I close my eyes for 5 minutes and simply visualize something good happening. I connect with the feeling of fulfillment. Gratitude journal. In the evening, I write 3 things I am grateful for that day. These rituals are not just habits, they are tools of realignment, because maintaining a winning mindset is not about always being on top. It is about knowing how to realign. Whenever something pulls you off center, it is about returning, no matter how many times necessary, to your vibrational axis. And if there's one thing I want you to take from this, it is this: you have the power to choose your thoughts. And by choosing your thoughts, you choose your reality. When I began seeing true changes in my life, not just inside but also outside, I understood something that moved me deeply. The universe never denies us anything, it just delivers what we are vibrationally ready for. And that awareness changed everything, because until then I thought I had to ask better, try harder, prove myself worthy. But the truth is that in many moments I was blocking the flow myself with my doubt, my fear, my impatience. The secret to maintaining a winning mindset also lies in learning to receive, receive without guilt, receive without believing you must suffer first, to receive like someone who knows I deserve this, because I am already aligned with this. And however simple it may seem, that was one of the hardest lessons of my journey, because I was taught, like many people, to associate success with sacrifice. I believed I could only receive something good after much effort, much pain, much exhaustion. But manifestation does not work that way. The universe responds to ease, to trust, to surrender, not to constant struggle. That was when I learned to observe a new gauge in my life, my emotional state. If I was tense, exhausted, desperate, trying to control everything, I knew I was misaligned. But if I felt peace, gratitude, quiet joy, even if nothing appears to be happening yet, I knew manifestation is on its way. And perhaps that is the deepest point of all. A winning mindset does not depend on external results. It is born from your inner state. It is a daily decision. It is you waking up and choosing, today I will not be carried away by fear. Today I will feed faith. Today I will sustain my powerful intention, even if bills are arriving, even if answers have not come yet, even if those around you still doubt you. It is in those moments that your energy is tested. The more you sustain your elevated frequency, the more the universe reorganizes in your favor. I remember clearly one specific day. It was a Friday. I was alone at home thinking about my debts, about opportunities that had not materialized yet, about time slipping by. The fear began to invade me. That feeling of what if nothing works out took over, and for a few minutes I allowed myself to sink. But then I took a deep breath. I closed my eyes. I placed my hands on my heart and said, even if I cannot see it yet, I choose to trust. Even if I don't understand, I choose to align. Even with fear, I choose to vibrate love. That simple shift in energy turned my day, not because a miracle happened immediately, but because I returned to my center. And in that moment of vibrational alignment, I felt I am already victorious just for choosing this new way of existing. From that moment on, I began to see everything differently. Each challenge became an invitation to expand. Each delay a vibrational preparation, each no an opportunity for realignment. And the more I strengthened that mindset, the more I noticed how life conspired for me. Things that once seemed difficult began to flow. Ideas emerged gently. The right people appeared at the right time. Solutions I had not even imagined knocked on my door. Because finally I was aligned with my desired reality. Another important point I discovered was the power of repeating elevated stories to myself. Do you know that habit of reliving everything that went wrong? Or saying I always self-sabotage. Nothing ever works out for me. That is negative affirmation disguised as a lament. The more you repeat it, the more you anchor that vibration. So I changed my narrative. I began telling a new story to myself, to the universe, to anyone listening. Even when nothing seemed to have changed, I would say my life is transforming. The universe is opening invisible paths. I am ready to receive more. Everything I desire is already manifesting. And gradually those phrases stopped being promises and became my new reality, because the mind believes the story you repeat with emotion. So repeat with emotion what you want to live. And more than that, share that vibration with the world. A winning mindset is not selfish, it overflows, it inspires, it uplifts those around. When I began living this new energy, I noticed that my inner circle also began to change. They asked me for advice, wanted to know what I was doing differently, and I would say, I just chose to believe in my co-creative power. You can do the same, because this is not a gift. Not privilege, not luck. It is decision, it is training, it is intention. Today, if something begins to go wrong, I don't despair. I ask, what is the universe trying to show me? How can I better align now? Which thought can I choose to raise my vibration? Those questions have the power to reconnect you to your center. They take you out of victimhood and place you as the creator of your reality, because that is what you are. A vibrational being with the power to shape your life through conscious intention. You did not come to the world to live on autopilot. You came to manifest, co-create, elevate, and everything starts here in your mind, in your frequency, in your daily choice to think, feel, and act as someone who has already won. Getting here was not a straight line. I had setbacks. I had days of doubt, days when I cried, questioned, wanted to give up. But even in those moments, there was a spark within me that never went out. The awareness that I could choose differently, because this is the greatest secret of all. You can always choose again. You can choose to return to the frequency of gratitude, of love, of abundance. You can choose to release what weighs you. You can choose to trust even without guarantees. You can choose to begin again as many times as necessary. A winning mindset is not about being perfect. It is about being conscious. It is about remembering every day that you are energy in motion, and that this energy is shaping your reality moment by moment. And do you know what helped me a lot in this process? Learning to forgive myself, forgiving the times I sabotaged myself, for the times fear spoke louder, for the choices made from lack rather than from trust, for the harsh words I said to myself. When you forgive yourself, you open space for the new. You remove the weight of the past from your energetic frequency. You begin to vibrate lightness. You begin to feel self-love. And that love has a magnetic power that no effort in the world can reach. Was at that point in the journey that I understood living with a winning mindset is above all an act of love. It is loving yourself so much that you no longer accept living a life less than you deserve. It is looking at yourself in the mirror and affirming, I choose to vibrate in my truth. I choose to live with powerful intention. I choose to co-create a life that makes me vibrate. That choice changes everything, because it changes you. And when you change, the world changes with you. That was the moment I began to experience what many call miracles, but I call vibrational alignment. You begin to be in the right place at the right time. You meet the right people You say the right words, you have the right insights, and not because you forced anything, but because you became magnetic. Your energy is telling the universe, I am ready, and the universe responds. Then receive the blessings, the opportunities, the encounters, the ideas. Receive everything you have been vibrating for so long. Receive with gratitude, and above all with naturalness. Because when you have a winning mindset, abundance becomes your new normal. You don't get surprised when something good happens. You give thanks, celebrate, and you already know this is just the beginning. And that is another secret I learned. A winning mindset never stops growing. It is always expanding, always seeking new levels, always wanting more, not out of empty ambition, but for expansion of consciousness. You begin to desire more, not just for yourself, but for the world. You want to see more people awakening, more people vibrating love, more hearts pulsating faith. Because you understand the more light you spread, the more light returns to you, and then, naturally, you begin to live in a state of contribution. Your very existence becomes an inspiration. Your smile becomes healing, your presence a reminder that it is possible to live with lightness, purpose, and fulfillment. And that is the true reward of a winning mindset. It is not the car, the money, the dream house, even though all that may come, yes, but the greatest gift is peace, the certainty that you are on the right path, that your soul is in alignment, that you are living your mission. Today I look at my life and see so much I still want to achieve, but I am not in a hurry because I know the universe's timing is perfect. And even more than that, I know that what matters is not how much I have, but how much I vibrate. Because what you vibrate, you attract. What you believe, you manifest, and what you sustain with faith, intention, and action, you turn into reality. If I can leave one final message for you, it would be this: choose your frequency, choose your thoughts, choose your reality. You are not here by accident. If you are hearing these words now, it is because your soul is already ready for this leap. You already know the way, you already heard the call. Now it is only a matter of staying aligned, trusting the process, and acting with powerful intention every day. Remember, you are a divine manifestation in motion. Your mind is a fertile field of infinite possibilities, and the universe is your partner in co-creating your desired reality. Do not wait any longer. Begin today with small steps, with small choices, with one positive thought at a time, with a clear decision to become what you were born to be: a vibrational, magnetic, creative, and victorious being. If this content touched your heart, share it with someone you love. Subscribe to receive more inspiration like this, and always remember the universe is listening to every vibration of yours.